Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff to beating the game. For those watching for the first time, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It's designed to show just the essentials so that you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. I won't talk about fighting specific enemies unless they're very difficult, but I will show you where to go and what to do. Today we're playing Super Mario 64, which is one of the first 3D platformers on the N64 and an excellent game. Let's get started. Okay, when you press start, you'll be brought to a file select screen that looks a bit like this. You can choose whatever file you want to start on and you'll get an intro cutscene. We'll skip straight through this cutscene and get to where we're able to move around as Mario. So let's have a look at what we can do. You'll have the A button to jump and the B button to kick, and then you'll be able to move around with the joystick. When you've got your yellow C buttons, that'll let you move around the camera. You can also press the R button to have the camera in and out. So let's get through this little bit and we'll have a look. Okay, so the R button moves into Mario view and out to Lakidi view. I tend to prefer this view here. And you can run around, you can jump, you can punch, you can jump punch. It's very good. So I'll show you a few special moves that Mario can do. First will be our double and triple jump. So basically if you run, jump, jump, and jump, hopefully you could see that all three of those jumps looked a little bit different. So your double jump goes a bit higher. But if you manage to do a jump, double jump, triple jump, it goes a lot higher. Now, if you're having trouble getting this, the key is to have some speed. So if I just try and do it here, I'll get jump, double jump, but I won't get the triple jump. So if you want to get a triple jump, you want to be moving for the whole time. Or if you don't have a lot of space, then you want to just jump, double jump, and then triple jump, just like that. The other thing we can do is a backflip if we need extra height. You hold the Z button to crouch, that's on the bottom of the N64 controller. And then just press the jump button. But there are more effective ways to get height. Probably one of the best ways to get height is to do a quick turnaround and then just hit the jump button. That'll give you something about the same height as a backflip, but it's a lot quicker and you get a lot more movement in it. The best thing about this jump here is we can wall kick out of it. So I'll show you what wall kicks look like. There are other small things you can do, like jump and press B to dive. And you can also do a long jump by holding Z and pressing jump just like that. So here's what a wall kick will look like. You jump up, then you hit jump on the wall. If you try and do a wall kick off of a backflip, it won't work for you. But if you do a wall kick off of a side flip, it will work for you. So keep that in mind as you're trying to get more height. But once we've got our movement sorted, we can head into the castle and make a start on the game. There's nothing much we can really do out here apart from get a couple of extra lives, so we'll head straight inside. Okay, once we're inside, you'll notice there's only pretty much one level we can go in, and it's Bob-omb Battlefield, so we're going to head in there and make a start. Just straight through the painting. And now we can select our star. We've only got one choice, but it will open up to be 6 stars all up in the level. Plus in each level there's a 100 coin star, and you get that by getting 100 coins, which I'll also show here. Alright, we're going to go for our first star in this level, which is Big Bob-omb on the summit. All we have to do here is climb up to the top of the mountain and face off against the Bob-omb. I will be speeding up a lot of the movement through these levels, but as long as you follow this path, you'll make it to the top, no worries. So just climbing up here, take note of everything you see along the way. If you do happen to lose some health, picking up coins will help you restore some of that health, and there's a little teleporter in here to save you a bit of time on your journey. So we'll take this teleporter and up to the top, we'll see the Bob-omb up here. Now what we have to do with this guy is get behind him and throw him 3 times. So don't throw him off the mountain, just throw him onto the ground and he should be fine. I find that jumping over him tends to help a little bit, and then that sort of stops him from turning around. If you just run around to the side of him, then he often turns around and catches you anyway. Sometimes backflipping over him can help, but then when you're landing, it takes a little while to get movement back. Once you've thrown him the 3rd time, he'll be finished. We'll grab the star, and then we finish this first star of the level. Okay, so after each star, you'll get spat out. We just save and continue, and we'll head back in for star number 2. Okay, star 2 has a similar concept. We're going to race Koopa up the mountain. So it's pretty similar to the last star. The only difference is we want to beat him up the mountain. It's sort of like a race. So we'll just talk to this Bob-omb here to open up the cannon, but I won't be using the cannon in this star here. You might be tempted to use the cannon and fire yourself up towards the top of the mountain, but if you do that, people will accuse you of cheating and you'll actually lose the race. So we're going to speed through this a little bit. It's literally the same path as before. You're just going to make sure that you win the race here. You'll remember the teleporter from last time. We actually are allowed to use that teleporter this time, so we're going to make full use of that. But yeah, if you use cannons or anything, you do get accused of cheating, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so we've teleported up, and pretty much we're going to wait for Cooper to be up the top here. It does take him a little while to catch up, but once he gets here, he'll give us the star for winning. And here he is. And we have our star. Okay, next up we have star number 3, shoot to the island in the sky. So this is going to rely on those cannons that we opened in the last star. If you don't have the cannons open, just talk to the red Bob-ombs at the start of the level. So we're going to hop into this cannon up here, and then we're going to just press the A button to shoot out of the cannon. Try and line yourself up and get the top of this tree. You'll want to aim a little bit higher than the top of the tree, just because you're going to have gravity take effect and you're going to be fired off a bit lower. So I'd aim about there. I'll just rewind it a bit so you can see where I aimed. It was just up there above the tree. As long as you hit that, you should be able to grab the top of it. Alright, and then the star's just in this box here. We'll break it open and get the star. Okay, now you might be wondering why it says star 6 down the bottom, and that's because you don't have to get the stars in order in this game. As long as you know where you're going with the stars, you can get them in whatever order you want, unless there's some weird things like the levels set up when you pick a particular star. This is star number 6 behind Chain Chomp's gate. All we need to do is ground pound this pole 3 times and try not to get hit in the process. If you do get hit and lose some health, remember you can go around and get some coins to restore your health from that. Once we ground pound 3 times, the Chain Chomp gets released and breaks the gate open for us. So you might be wondering why I didn't do star 4. Star 4 is the 8 red coin star. You just collect the 8 red coins around the level. I'm going to leave that till later and leave that until we get the wing cap. So we'll see the wing cap a little bit later. That'll just help us get a few more coins quickly in this level. And we're going to leave Bob on battlefield for now. So I haven't got star 4 or 5 there. Next we're going to go into Cool Mountain, and we're going to get all the stars in there. The reason being this doesn't rely on the wing cap to get anything in here. And we can't get the wing cap quite yet. Okay, now we're going to get our first star in this level. And all we have to do is go into this house and get down the slide with all the coins. I'm actually going to be mixing this star with the 100 coin star, and this will be the first 100 coin star we see in this video. So when you're picking where to get your 100 coin star, you want to kind of combine it with a star where you're going to get a lot of coins anyway, or alternatively you can just do it on its own and just like get the 100 coins by itself. So because we have to go down the slide anyway in this star, I'm going to get all the coins on the slide on my way down, and then that'll get me most of the 100 coins. So after I've gone down the slide, I'll just need to go and collect a few more. Okay, up to 77 here, and to get the star here, all we need to do is go out the door and it'll spawn. I'm just going to have to go and find 23 more coins before I grab it. Okay, so we're going to head up this. This can be a bit tricky to climb if you're not used to the physics yet. But there is a teleporter which brings you back to the top of the mountain, just kind of underneath where I am now. So if you're having trouble climbing this and you want to get back to the top, you can take that teleporter on the bridge. Okay, the reason I'm coming up to this section is because we have a blue coin switch. Blue coins will give you 5 coins per blue coin, so that's really good for hitting the 100 coins that we need. I've just got 2 of them here, but we'll be making it up to 100 in no time. Okay, and there's a red coin over there. Red coins are worth 2 coins per coin, so that'll get us nicely up to 100. So with the 100 coin star, you can get it without being kicked out of the level. If you're going to combine it with a different star, make sure you get the 100 coin star first, and then whatever star you selected next. Otherwise, this star here would kick me out. So that star sitting just there is the one that I got for going down the slide before. And that's our first pair of stars in Cool Mountain done. Alrighty, next star we're getting is Little Penguin Lost. That penguin we're looking for is just up above the house here. So we got to bring this penguin back to its mother. Now you're supposed to go down the slides for the mountain, but you can get the penguin back just by sliding down this bit here. If you do a correctly timed jump, you'll make it across, no worries. It's actually pretty easy to do, so that's what I'd suggest. Next thing, we just grab the penguin and bring it back. And we'll get a star for doing so. There is another penguin just on the roof of that house to the left, but if you try and bring that one back, it won't work. Alright, next up we have star number 3, which is the big penguin race. It's pretty similar to star number 1 where we go down the slide. The only difference is there's a big penguin here waiting for us, which is going to race us. Okay, so basically we just got to go down the slide. If you try and take any shortcuts, the penguin will accuse you of cheating. So just coming up here in this wall here, there is a shortcut if I took a right, but yeah, don't take that or you won't get the star. So we'll just go down this slide as per normal. Don't try anything like trying to jump down to a lower level, because that will usually catch you for cheating as well. But if all goes correctly, then the penguin should give us the star here, which it will. Alrighty. Alright, next up we have our 8 red coin star, and this will be the first one we actually see in this walkthrough. So all you have to do is find all 8 of these red coins and you'll get the star there. Often we'll combine this one with the 100 coin star, because, well, you're already getting 16 from the red coins anyway. It makes sense to get all 100. But in this level, it makes more sense to combine it with going down the slide. Alright. So we're about to see our second coin. It's just sitting up here. And we'll go and find the rest. So this one here is pretty hidden. It just lives straight there. Then there's the same one we grabbed before to get the 100 coin star. And there's a couple just on the edge over here. Now this is the warp that I was talking about earlier. If you want to get back up to the top of the mountain, take this one. And then we just drop down here for the last couple red coins. The red coins will spawn the star in a particular spot, so it's a good idea to leave this one here till last, because the star's straight there in front of it. So that's 8 red coins, the star will spawn, and then we can just grab it. Alright, next up we got Snowman's lost his head, and this star can actually be really tricky, because depending how you go down the slide here depends whether you'll get the star or not. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but basically what you want to do is stay pretty close to the snowball, so don't take any shortcuts and jump down, don't get too far ahead. Just slide down the slide as normally as you can, and then when you get to the end here, you want to talk to this snowman dude who's lost his head. I'm not sure if you need to talk to him, but I always find that it helps, especially since that puts you in the right spot for it. And then it'll jump up like that and you'll get the star when you talk to him again. So quite often what will happen is the snowball will just roll off the cliff and not go to the snowman. If that happens, it means that something's gone wrong. You haven't guided the snowball down like you're supposed to, if that's the case. Alright, next up we have a star called Wall Kicks Will Work. You're supposed to come down on the cannon to get through to here, but you can make it with a strategic jump. So just go to this edge here, jump off the edge, and then kick backwards, you'll make it in. Alright, so the whole idea is you're wall kicking. You want to do a straight wall kick off there, and then do a wall kick Now, you'd be tempted to wall kick off the sort of lighter colored wall to our left, but it's actually easier to kick off that kind of greenish one straight in front of Mario. So we'll kick off there, and then we'll just go across to the star. See, I did a long jump across this gap. It's a lot easier to do a jump across rather than trying to walk across such a skinny gap like that. And there's our star. So that'll be Cool Cool Mountain all finished. And we're just going to go on to our next level here. Alright, so you might notice there's some light coming down from the roof. That wasn't there before. You need a certain number of stars to make that appear. This light will allow us to get the wing cap. So when you're ready, all you need to do is press C up to go into first person mode, and then you want to look up at the roof. That'll get us into the wing cap level. Okay, so here's the wing cap stage. Along with the normal stars in the levels in this game, there's also a few castle secret stars, and there's one of those in here. To get this secret star, we just gotta get all 8 red coins. Now my advice is try and fly down in this circle and get all 8. If you miss a few coins here, honestly it's worth just falling down and trying again. It's really hard to fly back up unless it's one of those last 2 that you're trying to get. If you do need to get into flying mode, all you need to do is triple jump, which is what I showed you before. The triple jump will just be like 3 jumps, so you jump as soon as you hit the ground and you want to be moving forward when you do so. So you hit the switch to open up the wing caps, and that star came from the 8 red coins there. So now that we've got the wing cap, we can go back and get those extra stars in Bob-omb Battlefield that we missed getting before. But we're not going to do that quite yet. Right now we're going to go to Womp's Fortress here. So we'll open up this 1 star door. We got plenty at the moment, and we're going to head into this level. Okay, we'll start out with star 1, chip off Womp's block. It's pretty similar to the Bob-omb star before. All we have to do is climb up the tower here and then fight the King Womp. So we're supposed to go around here. There's a few little shortcuts you can take, such as this little wall kick up here. If you can't take that shortcut, then just go around and go up the elevators. So basically what this guy's going to do is he's going to try and fall on us. You can pretty much just backflip through him. So you backflip up and then you just ground pound. The intended way is that you run around the side of him and then jump up, but backflipping I find is a lot easier. So we'll just do that 3 times and we'll get the star. And this is an example of something that changes with our next star. Next time we come back into the level, there's going to be a big tower where we just were. Alright, next star is to the top of the fortress. We basically go up to exactly where we were before, where we fought Womp, and as I said, there's going to be a tower there in place of it. So again, we can use this cheeky wall kick to get up here if you want to, otherwise you just go around anti-clockwise until you get there. This tower, we just have to climb the rotating platforms. And then this one's an elevator up, which will lead us straight to the star. Okay, next star we're getting is shoot into the wild blue. So that's going to be taking a left here rather than going forward. And we're supposed to be using the cannon here from the Bob-omb to shoot over to the star, which we'll see here. You just need to press B to open up the cannon, but it can be a bit finicky at times. So there is a way you can use a cheeky wall kick to get up here, but I'll show you the intended method. You just want to aim the cannon here and shoot for the star. As long as you aim about there, you should be able to make it. There we go. Alright, next star we have is the red coins, and as will be a common trend here, it makes sense to combine it with the 100 coin star. That being because you're getting 16 red coins anyway, you might as well be getting another 84 to get the 100 coins. So we'll go through here. That's our first red coin here. The next red coin is on top of a swamp here. It's pretty easy to miss. So this swamp here, if we backflip up onto it, you'll see the red coin just sitting up here. Next we'll keep going. These plants give you a blue coin if you're able to kill them when they're sleeping. And blue coins are worth 5. You'll see me get a couple of those here. So you just creep up on it pretty slowly, you hold the joystick very lightly, and then you'll get that blue coin from it. Really good for getting the 100 coin star. Next up, we're going to go on this rotating platform, just ride it around the edge until you get the red coin. And these thwomps are kind of interesting, so you can jump on their backs to get a few coins, or you can just ground pound like I have there to get heaps of coins. Alright, now we're up to the tower. There's this log. If you jump and kick it, you'll tip it over. You got to get the momentum going a bit on it. If you kick it just from the bottom, it won't work as well. Alright, so we're going through, getting more red coins. And then we're going to see a blue coin block switch down here, which is really useful. If we hit that, the blue coins come up. Just be aware that you've got a limited amount of time to get those coins, so make sure you're doing it quickly. We'll come back around. And we're almost at our 100 coins that we need. There's a red coin up here, so you can either get it by jumping up like I have there, or you can fall down onto it. And there we go. As I said before, just if you're combining the 100 coin star with a normal level star, make sure you get the 100 coin star first, otherwise you'll get kicked out of the level. Alright, next up we have a star called Fall Onto the Caged Island. This involves this owl here, and we're going to ride that up to the island. So basically what you got to do is you got to get over the island, make sure you keep holding A here. I like to fly around the tower usually, or you can just kind of eyeball it. That was a really quick flight what I've done there, but basically you just want to line up your shadow and fall onto it there. Alright, next up we have Blast Away the Wall. So we'll need the cannon for this star. And there's a wall just to our top right up there that we're going to blast away. So we'll have the cannon open from the previous one. If you don't have it, just talk to the red bob-omb. You want to aim a bit up above this wall, and then we're going to blast it away. And that reveals the star. To get the actual star, we've just got to head up here and then fall down onto it. If you've watched speedruns of this game, you'll see them get the star without blasting away the wall, but that's not the intended method. The intended method there is the cannon. And then that should be this level all finished. Alright, we're going to head off to our next course here. And it's not really a proper full course here, it's Princess Peach's Secret Slide. So we'll head in here and have a look. Okay, so here we're going to see another example of a castle secret star. This is Princess Peach's Secret Slide, and you can actually get two different stars from this slide. One for going really fast and another just for completing it. So this first one that I'm going to get is for going really fast. If you do it in under 21 seconds, you will get a secret star. Okay, so we hit 20.5 and the star spawns. If it was over 21, then that star wouldn't spawn there. And there we go. Now, we're just going to go up and get the other star in here. All you need to do for this star is to complete the slide normally. Alright, and just going down the slide normally, we'll get our second star. Note that star comes up in blue because we already have it. And there we go. So that's two more castle secret stars that we've got there. Alright, now we're going into the Bowser level. You need 8 stars to open this door here. And now we're going to get our first of 3 keys in this game. Okay, so here's our first Bowser level. All of them are laid out the same. You'll fight Bowser and get a key. And there's 8 red coins which you can get your star. So we're just going to hit the switch. That opens up this red coin and also the one all the way back at the start. It's pretty tight timing to get back to this coin here. So we'll get it just there and then we're going to progress throughout the rest of the level. So we'll climb up through here. And just make sure you don't miss any red coins as we go. Alright, the last couple are just on the top of these bits here, so they're pretty easy to miss. And one more just down there. Okay, now that we've got the red coins, we can go and grab this star. It won't kick you out of the level. And then we can go down the pipe to fight Bowser. There we go. Okay, so the Bowser fight is... basically, you've just got to grab him by the tail and then spin him and throw him into their bombs. If you do that once, you'll win. So get around the back of him, spin him around, and try and release him with timing enough to hit the bombs. If you're using an original Nintendo 64 joystick, for the spins, I'd recommend either using one that's kind of worse for wear, not one of your good ones. Just because if you use a good joystick, it's going to get ruined with these spins. And that's the Bowser fight done. Okay, moving on. Now I said we got the wing cap before, now we can head back to Bob on Battlefield and get the other 2 stars that we missed, plus 100 coin star. Okay, so now that we have the wing cap, we can get some of these extra stars here. I'm going to be getting the 8 red coin star, but also combining it with the 100 coin star. There's a lot of coins in the air, so the wing cap's really going to help with that. But you can get the 8 red coins very easily without the wing cap. Okay, so we're just going to go around and be collecting coins here. Make sure you're killing all the enemies you can, breaking all the boxes, and you'll be getting lots of coins along the way. There are these poles in the level, which if you run around, you'll get coins. That's often pretty easy to miss, so be aware of that. We're going to break apart Bob-ombs to get coins, and kill Goombas and Koopas to get coins. If you ride the shell here and you hit the Koopa with the shell, you'll get a blue coin, so that's really good to remember for these 100 coin challenges. Some levels the coin counts are very tight, so you'll actually find getting 100 coins pretty difficult. And just remember to grab all the red coins you see along the way, because we'll need that for the red coin star. So you'll see me go around this pole, not that pole, but you'll see me go around some later poles, and I'll be getting some coins from that. Okay, going through, there's a red coin down here. That's probably the easiest one there to miss. And then we're going to ride the shell up this slope. Now, if you don't have a shell on you, you can fall down this slope from the top and get the red coin. Or if you really want, you can crawl up the slope, which is really slow, but it works. To crawl, you just hold the crouch button and then start walking. And crawling's good for if you don't want to be sliding down slopes. Luckily, I've kept the shell up to this point, so that's just speeding this up a bit. Okay, there's some more coins up here. And there we go. Okay, so this is where the bulk of the coins are in this level. It's the flying section here. So you can get 100 coins without the wing cap, but it's really, really slow. It's much more recommended to have the wing cap here. So I would suggest pairing the 100 coin star with either the red coin star or the next star we're going to do, which is these secret coins in the flying stage. Now you'll see me refreshing the wing cap there. That's because it runs out after a certain amount of time. You don't want to be halfway through flying and collecting these coins and then have your wing cap run out on you, so just be careful of that. Okay, now that I've got enough coins, you'll see me run around some poles here. That's just to get a few more coins to make it up to 100. You have to do just a few loops. But yeah, a lot of people don't know about these coins in the poles here, so it's really good for these 100 coin challenges. And there we go. Alright, now we're getting our last star in this level, Mario Wings to the Sky. We're going to be heading to the same area we were at before, which is the island, and we're going to be collecting the 5 special coins in the air. The coins that we're looking to collect are the ones at the center of the rings, and if we can collect all 5 of those, we'll spawn a star. So this is the other star you might be tempted to pair with the 100 coin star. Getting the wing cap here is essential for getting these ones. So we're going to get all 5, and then a star spawns down there. And that's Bob on Battlefield done. Alright, we're going to head downstairs here. You might have noticed there is one level that I left, Jolly Roger's Bay, and that's because we need the metal cap to get through that level 100%. So we're going to head downstairs for now. I got the wing cap before we would have seen, and there's 2 other caps, the metal cap and the vanish cap that we'll see later. So we needed to beat Bowser to get down here, so if you can't get through that door I just went through, that's why. And we're going to come down here and we're going to see Mips the rabbit. Alrighty, so we can catch Mips the rabbit just like this. It's actually normally really hard to catch him, you just got to corner him and kind of take dives at him. MIPS will only appear in the basement once you've got 15 stars, and MIPS will appear again once we've got 50 stars. And it's actually named after the processor in the N64, which is a kind of fun fact. Alright, now we're going into Lethal Lava Land, our first of the basement levels here. You'll notice a step up in difficulty and a bit more danger with the lava, but once you know your way around, it's hopefully not too bad. The first star we're doing here is boil the big bully, so we're going to make our way over to the big bully, and essentially all we need to do is push him into the lava. Okay, so we're just going to make it across here, and then take a right. The big bully's here. I find it easiest to sort of jump over and ground pound, and that'll put him into the lava. Otherwise you got to sort of punch him towards the edge, and it's a bit of a back and forth. But yeah, a good jump over the head with the ground pound usually gets him off the edge really nicely. Alright, next up we have a star, Bully the Bullies, which is a really similar concept to what we were doing before. So we'll make our way back over to where we fought the big bully and just go a little bit further along to this platform here. It's literally the same fight, there's just 3 smaller ones that you have to beat before you get the big one unlocked. And there we go, so the big one will appear, do that ground pound trick that I showed you before, and we'll get the star from this as well. Alright, next up we're going to see is the 8 red coins, so you just got to get over to this puzzle, and all 8 of them are on this puzzle here, so as long as you make sure you don't fall into the lava, you should be fine. You'll be tempted to pair this star with the 100 coin star, but as we'll see later, that's actually not possible. There's an inside volcano area that has more coins, and we got to pair the 100 coin with one of those. Alright, next up we've got red hot log rolling. That's basically straightforward from where we start. So we're going to go over here and ride a platform out to the red hot log. Okay, on this platform just be careful of these lava things, they're pretty hard to avoid. And then we'll jump up to the red hot log and we're just going to roll it. So it does pretty expected physics. You just jump on the forward side to roll it forward and the back side to roll it back, and we'll make it across eventually. Once we're close enough we can make a leap of faith over here and the star is ours. Okay, so this is the star I was talking about where we enter the volcano. We're going to combine this with the 100 coin star. So over here, and only when you select this star, you'll get a shell. This is pretty essential for collecting all 100 coins, so don't lose this. If you do, it's probably worth retrying the level. Okay, so we're going to get all these coins here, and we're going to try and get the ones on the edge of the level, which you'll need the shell to go over and get. We'll get all the 8 red coins again, because that's 16 nice coins for us to go towards our 100. And then there's some more coins sort of towards the other corner of the level, so we'll head over there in a moment. If you go around these eye enemies really quickly, they'll spin out and they'll drop a blue coin. And my suggestion would be to leave that one till last if you're having trouble, because you'll probably lose your shell trying to get that blue coin. Okay, another eye enemy over here. If you do lose your shell, you can jump over to these coin platforms in the lava. It's just you'll take a lot of damage doing so, and it's pretty risky. So once you're pretty confident with your number of coins, you can head into the volcano. I'm on the high 70s. Just keep in mind there aren't actually too many coins in the volcano, but you will need those volcano coins to top off your 100 coins, because there's not really enough in the outside level. And this is why we want to pair 100 coins with the volcano star rather than the red coin star, because you can't get out of the volcano once you're in the volcano. So we're just going to climb up this path normally and we'll get our coins along the way. And you can see really how tight the count was, so if you went into the volcano with less coins than I had, you're probably going to have a lot of trouble having 100 coins in here. Okay, last star for this level, we're going to go into the volcano again. Luckily we've already got the 100 coins, so we won't need to redo that bit. So basically, rather than going forward in the volcano, you just go backwards and you'll take these elevators. We'll ride them up until we get to the star area. It can be really tricky to manage your camera here, but just try and copy the movements that I make and you should be pretty much okay. So a new platform here, and then we'll just jump up onto the poles. Be aware with the poles you'll jump off backwards, so try and line yourself up that way. And now we're all done with Lethal Lava Land. We're going to head into this next level here, Hazy Maze Cave, but before we do it we're going to talk to Toad. Okay, talking to Toad here will make him spit out a star. So there's a few Toads in the game that are like that. So it's probably best practice to just talk to all the Toads you see, but I will show you which ones will give you a star in this tutorial. And we'll jump straight into Hazy Maze Cave now. Alright, first up we're going to get Hero's Swimming Beast in the cavern. Just remember to make it across this gap. There's the long jump, which is when you hold Z and press the jump button. That'll help you get across here. We're just going to be really careful of the rolling rocks here and do a couple of long jumps to make it across. If you start falling down, don't worry. As long as you jump and kick, you should be able to get out fine. Now we're going to go down this elevator in this room here. Notice me doing a bit of a kick there. That'll cancel out some fall damage. And we're going to ride on Dory in the water here. Okay, so controls on Dory are a bit weird. You can ground pound to lower its head, and that'll let you get up onto it. And then once you get up onto its head, you can start riding it around. So whatever direction Mario is facing, Dory will go, and we're just going to get this star here. Okay, the next star we're going to get is the metal cap star with the 8 red coins associated with it. So you might remember before that I got the wing cap in the castle by looking up in the foyer. The metal cap's a bit weird because you don't get to that stage through the castle, you get to that stage through this level, Hazy Maze Cave. So we're going to go down to where we found Dory before, but we're going to take a slightly different path. So Dory will have the same controls as before. You want to ground pound its back to get up onto its head, and then you can control the direction you go with the way that Mario is facing. Rather than going towards the star, we're going to go towards this red graded material. So the reason we're getting the metal cap now is because it's actually useful in this level, Hazy Maze Cave. So we want to get it before we try and get the rest of the stars. It'll make our life a lot easier. Just like with the wing cap, we're going to see a switch in here to unlock all the boxes for the metal cap, plus 8 red coins. So there's 2 red coins behind here, and another 2 next to the switch. We'll hit the switch now, and then we're going to finish off the red coins after this. Make sure you have the metal cap before you go into the water. If you don't, the water current will suck you back outside, and actually brings you all the way back outside the castle. So you got to walk back down to the basement if that happens. Really bad, so you want to avoid getting sucked out of the water. And we'll head back in to finish up Hazy Maze Cave now. Alright, next up we've got our red coin star, and we're going to be combining this with the 100 coin star. So this is one of the trickier 100 coin stars in the game, just because Hazy Maze Cave is, well, such a maze. So the red coins are up here, but we're not going to get them quite yet. We're just going to go down into the toxic maze down here. So this toxic maze has a blue coin switch. It's really important that we get all the blue coins off that. So make sure you're sort of following my movements here, and otherwise you'll miss the blue coins and have a really hard time getting the 100 coin star. I'm just going to be getting the coins out of these enemies on the way, and we're going to hit the blue coin switch here, and you'll see where I follow it down. So just like this, and then you got 3 blue coins coming up like that. We're going to go out this door and get a few more coins here. And this elevator takes us up to potentially what could be a star. And we're not going to get this star this time, because we're going to come back and get the 8 red coins later on. But we can get these 5 coins here. You might remember this room from before. This is the room we visited on the way to see Dory, but we're actually up the top of this room now. So we're going to just jump back, and we're going to go through this door. This will bring us back to the maze area with the red coins. Make sure you got about 66 coins before you come back to this area. Otherwise you won't have enough to get the 100 coin star, and it'll be a bit awkward because you'll have to go back into the maze. Okay, there we go. And we're going to be riding this around. The controls are pretty self-explanatory here. Whatever the arrow is on is what direction this thing will go. Just be aware it can bonk a wall, so you got to be careful about that happening. Each of these blocks have red coins in them, so just make sure you're getting those as you go. With this eye, we're going to try and run around it really quickly. It'll spit out those 5 coins, so that's really useful stuff. Okay, with the eye, we've lost the elevator, so we're going to have to grab that back here. And then we're going to keep going, getting the rest of the red coins here. So I always find this eye over here really difficult to get, because there's not much room to run around it really. So more often than not, it's not worth getting the 5 coins from that eye. unless you're really confident with Mario's movement. Okay, so that's all of this level complete. Now we're going to head up to the second level and get the rest of the red coins. Alright, now unfortunately I didn't have quite enough coins to nab that star, so this is what you can do as a backup. You can go into the maze and kill a few more of these enemies. That'll generally get you enough coins to get the star. And there we go. Now we're going to head back out and I'll have to make it back to the red coin section. So obviously a better way to approach this would be to have had enough coins before we got to the red coin section, but we can head back there pretty quickly just like this and nab that star there. Alright, so normally we'd be getting Metalhead Mario Can Move, but I just want to demonstrate again, you can get these stars in any order we want. I'm just going to grab star 5, which is Amazing Emergency Exit. But that will still use the metal cap. Just be aware that in this toxic maze, you will need the metal cap if you don't want to take damage from the toxic gas here. So again, it's already coming in handy having that metal cap here. So this is Amazing Emergency Exit. There's a similar star which is the same concept, it's just a different door in the maze. And then we can just long jump over here and grab this one. So again, going on with the trend of getting a couple stars out of order, I'll show you how to get navigating the toxic maze. It's essentially the same thing as the last star we got, it's just a different door to get out of the toxic maze. So we'll drop down here, grab the metal cap, and then we're just going to take a slightly different pathway. It's this door here which has the hole in the ground in front of it, that's how you can tell. And we'll take the elevator up here. The star's just straight above this elevator. Alright, now we're finally going to get the Metalhead Mario Can Move star. To get that, you want to head down to where we found Dory just before. We're going to take this elevator down and grab the metal cap. And then we're going to take that metal cap just pretty much straight down this path. You can literally follow the path completely underwater and across to the switch. This is where you'll get to, and you'll need Metal Mario to press down this switch. You can press down the switch with a clever kick off of the metal grate, but that's more of like a speedrunning glitch technique. The intended method is with the metal cap there. Alright, now we're going to get the Watch for Rolling Rocks star. This star is a bit of a meme in the Mario community because of the 0.5 A-press video. We'll be using quite a few A-presses to get this one. Basically what you want to do here is wall kick up this section here, just right next to the door, wall kick, and you'll grab the star. You might need to use a couple of wall kicks, but you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. And that's Hazy Maze Cave done. So a bit of a complicated level because of the metal cap, but we got through it all in the end. The main annoying bit of that level is the 100 coin star, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So we're actually going to head over here and get the vanish cap now, and that'll mean we have to exit the castle grounds. So right here, you want to ground pound these two columns. That'll drain the water in the castle moat. And this door conveniently brings us straight outside. So we'll go through here. Now draining the moat unlocks this section here, which is the vanish cap stage. Alright, here's the Vanish Cap stage. We just need to get the 8 red coins on the way down. There's a couple on this slide down here. If you do miss one, you can crawl back up, but it's pretty slow. It's probably honestly best to just die and try again. Alright, so we're going to go through and find the rest of these coins. There was 4 on the slide on the way down, and the rest of them are just up in this section here. So 2 on the little seesaw thing. One there. And then our last one is just next to the switch here. So you actually need the Vanish Cap to get into where the star is. And that's what the Vanish Cap does. It can go through walls like that. Alright, so we got the Vanish Cap, and that is now 3 out of 3 caps we've got. That means that we can really avoid backtracking in the future. I'm going to show you something here called a pause exit. As long as Mario is standing still, you can hit exit course, and that brings you straight back inside the castle. And that's just a little bit quicker than walking all the way back inside. So we're back here now, and we're going to do Jolly Roger's Bay. Okay, so here's our first water level, and the star we're going to get is Plunder in the Sunken Ship. That's just going pretty much straight and then swimming all the way down. So you'll notice in the ship there's an eel blocking your way in. You basically got to swim down to wake up the eel and then swim back up until it comes out of its hiding spot. So I swim up a bit here, and then when we face back downwards you'll see the eel is out of the ship. Now we can just go in where it was. We'll also see our first treasure chest puzzle pattern thing. So make sure you hit the chests in the order I hit them here. So the back one, then this one here, then the other side one, and then the one right in the middle. If you get it wrong, you will lose health, and hence you will lose some air. And there we go. Now that we've done the sunken ship, the level will be different. The ship will be raised in future stars. Okay, next we got Can the Eel Come Out to Play? Same sort of concept. We'll see the eel down underneath the sunken ship. I want to talk a bit about optimal swimming. You want to press A to swim, but you don't just want to keep tapping the A button. You want to press it when Mario's hands come back to the front. So it's more of a rhythm thing to be like press, 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 press. So that sort of rhythm. You'll know if you got the optimal swim because Mario will be making a different sound. So here we just wait for the eel to come out to play, and you hit the star on its tail. Once you hit that star, it'll just come down the bottom there. It's pretty difficult star to get this one just because the eel can be a bit finicky, but just give it time and you'll get the hang of it. Okay, next up we've got Treasure at the Ocean Cave. We're just going to go forward here, swim down, but then go to the left instead this time. Now if you find yourself running out of air when you're swimming, remember you can get coins to restore your health, but also going onto the surface restores your health completely, so that's something to keep in mind as you're swimming around. Alright, in this cave here we got yet another chest puzzle. Make sure you hit the chest in the same order that I do to get this star. So back, left, right, and then front. And there we go. Alright, next up we're getting red coin star plus 100 coin star. You'll notice there's some coins in this box. This star is actually really tight on the coin count. So I think there's only like 103-ish coins in this level. You have to get pretty much every one. I'm just going to open up the cannon there for a future star, just because it'll save a bit of time. But yeah, you want to just go around and get all the coins that you can. These little clamshells will open up to give us red coins. And then we're just going to go around and collect these. There's not a whole lot to say about this one. You just want to collect as many coins as you can. Just be sure there's a blue coin switch in the cave. You want to make sure you get all those coins, because if you miss one, you pretty much can't get this star. Okay, so this will be the blue coin switch that I was talking about. It's not too difficult to get just along the wall, but just make sure you don't miss any there. You want to kind of pre-plan out your your blue coin switches. Make sure there's no enemies running around near it or anything like that. Alright, we're going to head back up to the ship here. Take note of where your red coin star spawns as well, because you want to kind of grab your last red coins towards the end of that section. Would make sense if I grabbed my last coins in the cave, because then I'd still have to swim back out again up to this section here. Yeah, so you can see I pretty much got every coin in the level here, and it only totaled up to 104. We really don't have much wiggle room in this level at all. And there we go. Alright, next up we got Blast of the Stone Pillar. So if you don't have this cannon open, talk to the pink bob-on, just kind of on that platform you see on the very right over there. And then we're going to blast up to the star here. So there's a couple strategies you'll see. You can blast along the wall, or you can blast above the pillar so that you grab it. That's what I'm going to do here. You'll see me grab this pillar here and then just jump off to the star. Remember that you jump off backwards, so try and angle yourself up to line up with that. It's kind of tricky, but if you aim at the same spot that I did, you should get it. No worries. Okay, last but not least, we have Through the Jet Stream. So this star is the reason why I got the metal cap before coming and doing this level. So we'll swim down to the underwater cabin here, and there should be a metal cap thing in here. And the star we're looking at is just on the bottom right down there. So the issue with this star is the jet stream is pushing you up, so you'll need the metal cap to have enough weight to fall down and grab the star. You can get the star with optimal swimming if you swim just straight at the star really well. But it's kind of tricky to do, so the best way is to come back with the metal cap and then just grab the star like this. And that is Jolly Roger Bay all finished. And we're going to go to the castle secret star just through here. Alright, so the premise of this room is we just got to get the 8 red coins. There's 4 kind of high up and then 4 pretty low down. The only thing you've really got to worry about is running out of air here, but as you're grabbing the red coins, they're restoring your health anyway, so you'll normally be fine. Just remember the thing with optimal swimming, you want to be hitting the A button as Mario's arms come back to facing forward, and you'll get a special sound if you've done it right. Okay, so that finishes off all the stars on our starting floor of the castle, just the regular ground floor. We're going to head back to the basement to clean up the rest of that before fighting Bowser and heading upstairs. So here we got Big Boo's Haunt. You want to go through here, and we want to ground pound that Boo ideally and head in. Alrighty, first star is go on a ghost hunt, and doing this star will open up a lot more of the level for exploration. Before we do this star, only the bottom floor is actually free. So basically what you got to do is go into each room and kill the ghosts as you go. So there's ghosts in this painting here, and there's a few ways about it. So you can get the vanish cap and then go inside the painting and kill the ghosts. If you don't have the vanish cap, then you can actually just keep punching the painting and kind of walking around and luring the ghosts out. Just remember that if you're facing the ghosts, they'll go invisible and sort of stop in their tracks. So if you do want the ghosts to follow you somewhere, you will have to face away from them. A good way to kill the ghosts is ground pounding, but you can also get behind the ghosts and punch them, and that'll work as well. So once we killed all the ghosts, Big Boo will come out, and then we'll be able to fight him and finish this star objective. This is also a good star to pair with 100 coins if you really want to, because you'll notice we already have 27, but we'll see Big Boo's merry-go-round a bit later, which is even better to pair. So yeah, the intended method for killing these ghosts is probably punching them, but ground pounds just work so well. The stairs will raise up here and that'll get us the star. Alright, so next up would be Boo's merry-go-round, and we will see how to do that, but I'm going to use this opportunity to get the 100 coin star along with the red coin star. It's actually not a bad idea to combine the 100 coin star just straight up with Boo's merry-go-round, but we're going to get the red coins in this situation. So we'll go through here. Killing the books gives you a blue coin, which gives you 5 coins, so that's really good. We're going to get all the red coins up here and kill all the ghosts as we go. This level's pretty easy to get the 100 coins on because you've got ghosts giving you 5, you've got books giving you 5. Pretty much everything's working in your favor, which is really great. Alright, just remembering with these eyes, you can run around them and then they'll spin out and give you the 5 coins. You also saw me use the vanish cap earlier. That is mandatory for this level. If you don't have the vanish cap, you can get it by going to the outside of the castle and it's sort of in the moat. You have to drain the moat first. So there's a door in the basement which has 2 pillars in it. You hit those 2 pillars to drain the moat and then you can get the vanish cap. We saw that earlier on in this walkthrough as well. Okay, so just going around and getting all the coins that we can. I'll also make a visit to Boo's merry-go-round just to get a few extra coins, but we won't get the star in there. Optimally, it probably is best to combine Boo's merry-go-round star with the 100 coin star, just because there's so many coins in the merry-go-round. Alright, so we're going to fall down to the merry-go-round here. And we'll kill all the ghosts inside. So they all come out of this painting just here, and then you fight Big Boo. And there we go. So I'm not going to get that star. I'll come out and finish 100 coin star given how close we are, but we will come back later on and get that star on its own. And this is a good way to get out of the basement. If you do ever need to for whatever reason, you can just ride this elevator straight up. So we get 5 coins from this eye, and then outside this room is a few more boxes that we can use to get the rest of our coins. Now at this point, it wouldn't make sense for me to go back to Boo's merry-go-round, so I'm going to finish off the red coin star, given that I've already got 7 out of 8 red coins. So the last red coin is just up here in this room. You kind of got to jump across the red grating. There we go. And red coins. Alright, now we're going to do Boo's merry-go-round properly. So we saw this a bit before. All you need to do is jump down in this area here. You'll get to the merry-go-round. You need to just kill all the ghosts inside along with Big Boo, and then you've got the star. So they always come out of this painting here. One of the paintings will shoot fire, and then the other painting across from it will have the Boos come out. Alright, next up we got Secret of the Haunted Books. This one's an upstairs star. We just head straight up and then go into this side door here. There's a little maze, you just got to dodge the books. And then you need to hit them in this order, so it's top, right, left. If you don't hit them in that order, you will take damage, so just be careful there. It opens up the door and that brings us straight to the star. Alright, we've already done the red coin star, so we'll head straight over to Boo's balcony star. This one's kind of tricky to find if you're new to the level. You got to go through this door and there's sort of a wall jump, wall kick thing you can do here. I would wall kick there, that's the easiest way to make it up. Or you can try and do a triple jump and get up to the top. Essentially you need to ground pound Boo a few times and then you'll get the star. I tend to do a long jump over to the side bit of the roof, just like that, and then another long jump across. It's actually really hard to climb up to that star there. Remember, to long jump, you just hold Z and press A with some speed. Last star in this level is Eye to Eye in the secret room. And just keep in mind, you will need the vanish cap for this star. If you're not sure how to get it, it's earlier in the tutorial. You essentially go through the basement, come out to the castle moat, and there's of course the vanish cap. We get the vanish cap here, and then we're going to wall kick up to that area we were in before. Just a straight off wall kick is usually good enough. Normal wall kick there, make your way up, and then you want to go through this painting while we still got time. You just circle around this eye and you've essentially got the star. And that's Big Boo's Horn all finished. We're going to head on to our next level now. Okay, so just heading downstairs, and now we're going to head back into this main area here. Alright, now that we have over 50 stars, Mips the rabbit is going to pop up again, so we just need to catch it again to get another star there. So this is one that's probably really easy to miss just because a lot of people wouldn't come back to the basement once they have over 50 stars, but there it is. Okay, now that we've got Mips, we're going to head into Shifting Sandland, which is just in this wall here. Okay, first star we have is in the talons of the big bird. I like to take the crazy box here and ride it across, otherwise you've got a really long trek around to get to this side. So pretty much what you want to do is wait up on this tower here until the bird comes, and then you want to jump and grab the star out of its hand. Once you do that successfully, it'll come down and you can grab it. Be aware this bird can steal your hat later on. If it steals your hat, you do want to get the hat back. You get the hat back by doing essentially the same thing we did there to get the star. It makes Mario a bit weaker. He takes some more damage sometimes if he doesn't have his hat, so it's really good to get it back if you can. Alright, next one we've got is Shining atop the pyramid. Again, you can take the long trek around, or you can ride the crazy box just up this hill here. Once you get up, a simple triple jump should do it to get you to the top of the pyramid. Otherwise, you can ride it, not ride it, you can walk all the way around the pyramid to get this instead if you prefer, but it's kind of difficult. Next up we've got is inside the ancient pyramid, and surprise surprise we actually have to go inside the pyramid. So normally you would go through the door near the bottom of the pyramid, which is kind of near where we got the last star. Although you can go on top of these 4 pillars and it'll actually open up the top of the pyramid. The reason the top is better is because if you don't go in the top, you have to climb all the way up the pyramid on the inside. Whereas if you just go straight through the top, you can skip all that climbing. So yeah, the intended method is to go through the door down the bottom and climb up. That just takes way too long, so I'd really recommend doing what I'm doing here. So we'll jump up just above that star, we'll fall down here, and the star's literally right here that we want to grab. So there we go. Next star we've got a stand tall on the 4 pillars. Now this is going to look pretty identical to the way the last star started. We're going to stand on these 4 pillars. Getting to this pillar is really tricky, but bouncing off the Shy Guy really helps. You've also got the wing cap in this level, which you can use to get up on that pillar if you're really having trouble. But anyway, we'll stand on all 4 of these pillars, and then we're going to go in the top of the pyramid just like last time. Only difference being, rather than jumping straight out to the star, we're actually going to jump and go to a boss fight. So we're going to ride the elevator all the way down. So you actually have to come through the top of the pyramid to get into this elevator, which means the only way to get in here is to do what I did there and stand on the 4 pillars. This is probably one of the hardest stars in the game, just because getting on those pillars can be tricky. You pretty much want to punch the eyes that are open. If you do that a few times, you'll beat this boss. Alright, next one we've got is the 8 red coins. You're going to be really tempted to combine this star with the 100 coin star, but don't do that. You want to get the 100 coin star with one where you have to go inside the pyramid. It's a bit like what we saw before with Lethal Lava Land, and we got it with the inside volcano star. Once you're in the pyramid, you can't get out, so if you're going to get a 100 coin star, get it with a star inside the pyramid. But basically there's these 4 coins which you saw there, and the other 4 are around the pyramid in the air. These 4 are pretty tricky to grab, but just keep your flying consistent, you'll make it. You start off flying pretty quickly, so if you want to slow down, just like pull Mario's nose upwards and he will slow down a bit. And you'll see me get into flying here, but I need a triple jump to actually start a flight. So yeah, with starting a flight, you can either start a flight with a triple jump or out of a cannon. Cannon's more ideal, but triple jump you can do anyway. And there's our red coins. Alright, last but not least, we have the Pyramid Puzzle Star. So I will be combining this with the 100 coin star here. You'll see me get a lot of red coins along the way. Coins are a little bit tight in this, but they're not too bad realistically. I'll just get all the ones that I can. With these like pokey cactus enemy dudes that we'll see in a sec, you can get 5 blue coins by stomping on their head, so that's really good. Bob-ombs will give you 1, Shy Guys give you about 3, I think. So there's a lot of enemies here that are worth killing. But with these pokies, you want to hit the little balls out from underneath by punching them and then hit them on the head once you've done that. They're kind of tricky to get the hang of. There we go, just like that. Blue coin. And with 42 coins, I have enough to enter the pyramid. We got some blue coins here that we should be able to get. And then we'll go around and collect the rest of the coins. This secret coin star is actually up the top of the pyramid, so it can make a lot of sense to come in through the roof like we had been doing before. But given that I have to collect so many coins, it makes sense this time to just come in from the bottom of the pyramid and climb up. So this will show you how to climb the pyramid from inside if you were wondering how to do that as well. Alright, now that we're pretty much at the top, we've almost got 100 coins, we're going to drop down here. This is our first secret out of 5. Here's our second one. We'll get the 100 coin star while we're here. And then you basically got to get these 5 very special coins, and that will get you the 100 coins, the secret coin star. So we got 3 just falling down here, and we're going to get number 4 and 5 here. Make sure you keep jumping out of this sand, otherwise you'll keep sinking down into it. Now we've got 5 of the stars just at the end. Now this star can be really tricky to get. You want to make sure you're doing a few jumps and getting enough height to actually hit the star itself. Try not to fall off the edge while you're doing it. It can be pretty easy. And that shifting sandland all finished up. Okay, now we're pretty much done with all the basement levels. The only thing we actually need to do is the Bowser level now and Dia Docks. So we'll see through this star door. You need 30 stars to open it, by the way. There's this water level blocking our way. As soon as we get the first star in here, we'll be able to fight Bowser. Okay, so Dia Docks is our second water level in the game. And this star that we're getting here is actually the only star that you need to beat the game. It's Board Bowser's sub. The reason why this star is the only compulsory star is because getting this star opens up the Bowser level, which you need to beat the game. That being said, you do need 70 stars in total to beat the game. It's just you can choose which of those 70 stars you get. And this tutorial is going to show you how to get all 120 stars, so. Okay, so we hit this switch here and we board Bowser's sub. The star is just sitting straight on top right there. Alright, now we're in the second Bowser level that's opened up for us. This looks pretty much the same as the old Bowser level in terms of, well, there's 8 red coins to get, and then we're going to fight Bowser at the end. You don't need to get the red coins unless you do want the star here. Okay, so first red coin is just sitting up there. There's our next one. Now this third one's a bit weird, you can see it just on the camera there. There's one up on the roof. We got to take this lift up, come back, and then drop down under the lift. So that's a very easy red coin to miss. Anyway, now that we've got that, we'll come back up. And we'll ride the lift up for real this time. And we're up to our second level here. Okay. So we'll make our way across the platform. There's another red coin up here. If you're having trouble with any of these slopes, try crawling by holding the crouch button and then walking with Mario. And then these platforms rise and lower. So you can slip off these platforms. You got to be very careful. And there we go. And we'll make it back across. Another red coin just to the left here. And then one more there. That gets us all the red coins, but we still have to climb this structure to actually get the star itself. So you got to be real careful here, but there we go. Again with Bowser, it's the same as last time. You got to grab his tail, spin him around, and then hit the bomb. I would recommend if you've got a worse Nintendo 64 control stick, I would use that so you're not ruining a good one doing Bowser's tail spins. If you're just doing it once, it's fine, but if you play Bowser a few times, you'll start ruining your joystick. There's Bowser done, and that's key 2. This key will open the upstairs rooms, but we're going to stay and finish off Docks first before we do that. Okay, so we'll jump back into Docks and finish that one off. Alright, next star we've got up is chests in the current, so we're going to go down and grab those. These are another set of chests that you have to hit in a particular order. You want to hit this one first. Then just go around this way till you get this one. Got the other one on the outside here, and then you'll finish on the one closest to the current. You got to be really careful here because the current sucks you in. You got to kind of lightly touch the chest, make sure you're facing it, and then turn yourself around, and then do your optimal swing to get out. This is where having that optimal swing really helps. Remember, you want to be pressing as Mario's arms come back to the front. Alright, next up we've got our red coin star, and we're going to combine this up with the 100 coin star. So we'll start off by getting these ones in the current here. And then we're going to get all the ones around this section here. So this level is another level where there aren't too many coins in it. So you're going to have to collect pretty much every one you see if you want to hope of getting 100 coins here. This is probably one of the hardest stars in the game, just mainly because of that current sucking you in, and also the consistency of having to get all 100 coins without dying. But my suggestion would be try some of the harder to get coins first, like the ones where the current is sucking you in, and then leave the easier coins until later, because you don't want to get all the easy coins then die trying to get the hard ones. So we'll get all these ring coins and then we'll head over to the next area. Now, my advice is, do not attempt to get this star before you've, I think before you've done the Bowser level. So what will happen is the poles won't spawn in if you haven't done the Bowser level, and you need the poles to get the red coins. So the order that I've done it, whereas you get the first star, do Bowser, and then do the rest of these levels, you want to be taking pretty much that same order. It is technically possible to get all the red coins without the poles, but it is insanely difficult, and you only see it in things like speedruns because it's a little bit faster to do so. Alrighty. Okay, so we're climbing up here, And really importantly, there's a blue coin switch that we're going to see soon. You want to make sure that you actually get all those blue coins, otherwise you won't have enough to hit your 100 target. Alrighty, there we go. Just 6 coins here. Try not to fall off. Alrighty, that's a bit of a weird thing that can happen when you get the 100 coin star. You can zip down off that pole. The reason is we grab the star while on the pole. Just a weird little glitch thing. But yeah, with 101 coins there, you can really see how tight it is getting that star. Alright, next up I'm going to get star number 5, Manta Ray's Reward, just because why not? All you need to do here is swim through the rings, and then once you get 5, he'll spit out a star. Now I'm going to note here, we actually have 71 stars. You only need 70 to beat the game, so if you wanted at this point, because we beat the first 2 Bowsers and got 70 stars, you'd walk straight upstairs, fight Bowser and beat the game, if you'd want to. But we're going to get all 120 stars. Alright, next up we're getting through the jet stream. This one's pretty similar to the one in Jolly Roger Bay. You're going to need the metal cap to get this star, and it's through a jet stream that's constantly pushing you up. So the metal cap gives you the weight you need to fall down and get the star. The only difference being there's this little ring swimming puzzle thing here. So you're going to swim down through these rings, and you've got to get 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, the stars spawned. So again, if you've got really good swimming, you can get it without the metal cap, but it's best to just grab that metal cap, jump straight down, and we'll go and grab this star. Okay, last but not least, we got collect the caps. This one's you basically just need the vanish cap to get through the red wire grating stuff. I think you're supposed to collect the vanish cap and the metal cap, but I've always made it work just collecting the vanish cap. So we'll head out to this main area here. You're going to swim straight forward and up. You can grab just the blue one, or you can grab the blue and the green, but essentially once you got it, you just need to jump out, swim down, and you'll grab this star. So the vanish cap lets you get through this red grate kind of stuff. And that's Diadox all finished up. Okay, so now I'm just going to enter here and pause and hit exit course. It's just a little bit quicker than walking back upstairs. That brings us back to the main hub, and we're going to head back up here. Since we fought the second Bowser fight in the Fire Sea, we can use this key to open the door and head straight through. Alright, so if you talk to this toad, it's going to give you another star. As I said before, there's a few toads that will give you a star, just talk to pretty much all of them that you see. But there's our one for this floor. There'll only be one more that does that, and that's on the top floor of the castle. Now that we've done that, we're going to head into Wet Dry World. Just be aware with this painting, depending how high you jump into the painting, depends where the water's going to be. So you want to jump in roughly the middle of the painting there to start off. Okay, first start by getting is shocking arrow lifts. You can see I've raised the water up to this point here. You can actually raise it higher and lower by hitting these little diamond kind of things. So I'm going to raise it up a bit higher. And then we're going to do a backflip up here and ride the arrow lifts across. It's actually kind of easier if you rise the water higher, but this is the way I'm going to do it here. You can just long jump across and completely skip the arrow lifts. It's kind of funny. But there we go, shocking arrow lifts is all done. So it's really important with this level that you're coming in on the correct water level. Our next star, we're going to need the water high. Alright, now we've got the top of the town star, so you'll notice that I jumped into the painting with the highest water level possible, and that means that I don't have to spend time climbing up and rising up the water. I'm just going to go straight here, and then jump across here. I find Mario Cam is pretty good to get across here, so you can press the R button and zoom it in if you like. But there we go, the star's just at the top of the town, as it says. And there we go. Okay, a low water for this next one. Alright, next up we got secrets in the shallows in the sky. You do want to start off the water level low here, and then we're going to go find all these secrets. So they are pretty well hidden. We got our first one is pushing the box here, but then our next one is actually kind of jumping up onto that box there. So there's actually two secrets in that area, make sure you get both of them. Next one will be pushing this box inwards. Now we want to get ourselves flicked up to the top floor. This guy will flick you backwards, so just be aware of that. And then we're going to get flicked again. There we go. Our next secret is on this platform up here, so just jump up there. Secret number 4. We've got another secret on the top of this metal grate here. And there we go, that's all 5 secrets. We can just literally jump straight down and grab this star. Alright, and low water level again. Alright, this is express elevators. You want the water level to start low, just because when you fall down, you want to be able to do that really quickly, and you'll see why in a second. So we get flung up to the top here. So we'll start the elevator from the top once this guy cooperates. And then we're going to fall straight down really quickly. So yeah, basically you'll hit the elevator, it'll start going down, and you want to race it down to the bottom just like so. We'll break the box. If you want a bit more time, you can break this box earlier. And then we'll climb up here, and we'll ride the elevator up. You got to be really quickly. As it says in the star name, you got to hurry up. So make sure that water level is low before you try and fall down there. And a low water level again. Alright, so in this star we're going to be combining it with 100 coins. You'll see me killing a lot of enemies to get that coin count up. There are quite a few coins in this level, so you don't have to stress too much, but I'd suggest start the water level low. That way you can work your way up through the level and be getting those coins. So remember, you can change the water level by hitting the little diamond things, so keep that in mind. We're going to work our way up here. There's a blue coin switch here, which will come in really handy. And the reason that I'm getting the 100 coin star here is because we're going to be going into the hidden town, which is like a second area of this level. So we'll combine this with the red coins, but that town also has a bunch of coins in it, so it's really good to get the 100 coin star when you're going to the town as well. Alright. Moving along. Alright. So we're going to raise the water up to a very high level here, and that'll help us get across a bit nicer. Got a few more coins to grab in here. We're actually almost have 100 already before we've even gone into the town. There's a couple ways to get into the hidden town area. So one of the more popular ways is to cannon yourself in. So you want to triple jump up to this bob-on platform and open up the cannon there. And then we'll go into it and we'll shoot ourselves across. So this is, I think, the intended way to get into the town. You want to aim your cannon like pretty high up. So about there. And shoot yourself off. And there you go, you're in the town. So there's several ways to get in. You can raise the water level up really high and sort of jump in from next to the grate. But yeah, when in doubt, just cannon yourself across there. It is pretty tricky to get in there. So we're going to lower the water level in the town here and we'll go and collect our red coins. That should get us well and truly enough for the 100 coin star. And there we go. So the last star, we're going to have a high water level there. Alright, so this last star here, again, is a downtown star. So we've got to get into that town again. We'll be taking the cannon just to get through there once more. Yeah, with either of these downtown ones are a good one to combine the 100 coin star with. So we're going to just swim down there. You will need the vanish cap for this one as well. And as you can see, starting the water off high makes it a lot easier to get into downtown. Alrighty. So again, we'll lower the water level just down here. We're going to go and grab the vanish cap and then we'll make our way over to the star. Alrighty. So vanish cap can actually go through these bricks. It's a bit weird, but there you go. And we'll sort of just have to wait for our cap to run out unless you do some real tricky wall kicks. Alrighty. And there's our star, and that's Wet Dry World finished off. Okay, next up we have this level, and it actually is sort of a blank wall there. You can tell there's a level there because in the mirror there's the painting of the level. Alright, so our first star in Snowman's Land is Snowman's Big Head. So we can actually get up here by jumping on one of these guys, or even just triple jumping up here. If you don't jump up that way, you have to go around the whole level, which is pretty slow. So that's a lot easier to do it that way. Now you're going to have to stand kind of behind this penguin here, otherwise the snowman's going to blow you off the platform. So we'll speed up till the penguin comes back, and you're still going to follow its walking pattern. I will do this slowly so you can see the pattern that it takes. Sort of goes forward, then runs, takes a couple steps back, and then goes forward again. So if you don't get this right, the snowman will blow you off the platform, you'll lose your hat as well, and then you'll have to climb all the way back up. Alright, but there's the star on top of Snowman's head. Alrighty, next up we've got is Chill with the Bully. So this is pretty similar to the bully one in Lethal Lava Land. You just go over here, and again, the strategy is to ground pound him near the edge. You'll get him into the ice, and then there's the star. You can go through like a big punching face-off with him, but it's definitely easiest just to jump up above it and ground pound. Alright, and there's our star. Alright, next up we got In the Deep Freeze. You literally just walk to the left and you jump into this ice maze. So up through that bit there, and then you can like high jump, like backflip up through this bit. That gets you on top of the ice maze, and then you fall through the roof and you got the star. Probably one of the easiest stars to get in the game, I'd say. Next up we got Whirl from the Freezing Pond. Star that's not overly difficult, but you can mess it up kind of easily. So you got to bounce off this thing in the water, and then as long as you make it across, you'll get the star. So the star's just in this box here, and there we go. Next up, Shell Shredded for 8 red coins. Basically do Whirl from the Freezing Pond again. So we'll make it all the way across here, jump off this dude, and rather than getting the star, we're going to get the shell here. So you go forward through the 8 red coins, we'll get these, and then the rest are around where we fought the chili bully dude. Okay, so there's a couple down here. And one more over here, and that's it. It's not a bad one to combine with the 100 coin star, but we'll see the igloo one will be a little bit better to do so. And there's our star. Okay, last one is Into the Igloo, and we're going to combine this with the 100 coin star. You'll see these coins here. Some of them are money bags enemies, so you break that and coins will come out. You gotta be really careful. Make sure you grab all the coins here before they will go away. It can be kind of tricky to do so. And there's a bit of randomness in the direction these coins go. So there we go. You can get these well people. They have about 3 coins each. A ground pound is really good because it keeps you central there. If you just jump on it, you'll fly off and miss your opportunity to grab those coins. The reason we're combining 100 coins with Into the Igloo is this is the only star where you have a reason to go into the igloo. So it makes sense to try and get the 100 coins at the same time because there's lots of coins in the igloo. Okay, we got all the coins from this bit. You can keep heading across, kill all the enemies that you see. Coins are kind of tight in this one. Not too bad, really. Alright, now you got to be kind of careful with these. You don't want to use up too many of them. You might want to get across the pond to get towards that shell with the red coins here. So basically what we're doing is getting the red coin star again, just because we need those 100 coins. And I'm going to keep the shell here, get the rest of the coins there. Part of the good thing of having the shell is we can then ride up to the igloo just up here. You can ride one of those enemies, like the flower enemies that make you go really fast and high off of them, but probably easier if you just bring shell up here. The igloo is kind of hard to get into, so yeah, shell is probably the best method. Alright. So there is a wall here that's filled with a bunch of coins. You'll need the vanish cap to get those coins. Vanish cap, we can just basically backflip up over this barrier. That's the only way to get into it. You'll also need the vanish cap to get the star. So it's really important that you plan out your vanish cap use here pretty carefully. Go, and I'll have the last 3 coins from this guy, and then I'll have my 100 coin star. So Vanish Cap unfortunately didn't last long enough to get the star as well, but you can always go back and get yourself another cap. Alrighty. And star's just up here, and that is No Man's Land done. Alrighty, next up we have Tool Mountain. Our first star we have is Scale the Mountain. Unsurprisingly, you got to scale the mountain. This is a really good strategy here. There's a little air current that can bring you up there. It skips a big chunk of climbing the mountain, so it's really, really useful. Alright, we're going to jump across here. And then we're going to make it across this log. Just be careful of invisible walls in the air. For some reason this level has heaps of those. Okay, so we're going to keep climbing up here through the cannonballs. Long jump across here. And then we've basically made it up to the top. And there we go. Alrighty, now this next star is going to start off pretty much the same as the last star, Scale the Mountain. We got to get all the way to the top. So again, that air current's going to save you a bunch of time. Ride the log across here. Watch out for invisible walls. And then we'll make it to the top. So basically, the only difference with this star is you got to catch a monkey at the top. It'll open a cage for you, and there's a star in the cage. Alrighty. So it can be a bit annoying to catch. It's a bit like MIPS actually, but you'll get it eventually. Alright, so you free him, and then he'll open the cage for you. Alright, next up we got Red Coin Star, and I'll be combining this with the 100 Coin Star. So, 100 coins is a little bit weird in this level. There's a secret slide, kind of like in Cool Mountain. And that slide has a lot of coins on it. So I'm just going to open the cannon while we're here. Opening the cannon will be good for a later star. We'll see it in a little while. Alrighty. So be careful of the monkey here. He can steal your hat. I'm just going to make it across, and we'll be coming into the secret slide entrance shortly. Just be collecting as many coins as you can on the way up. And the secret slide itself does have a star in it. You might be tempted to combine that with the 100 coin star. But the weird thing is, you can't really stop on the slide to get a 100 coin star. So if it spawns on the slide, you're pretty screwed actually. Alrighty, so the secret slide entrance is just there. And we're going to get as many coins as we can on the secret slide here. This bit's really tricky. Make sure you hold like a really sharp right here, otherwise you might fall off. And there we go. You can get out of this area just by jumping down. And now we're going to climb the mountain the traditional way, which should get us the rest of the coins that we need. In fact, if we're going to get red coins, we're going to hit 16 more coins from here. So we only need 2 more normal ones. So there's the first 4 on the mushrooms. The last 4 are on this little scalable wall here. And there we go, that's 100 coins. Alright, next up we got Mysterious Mountainside, which essentially is that secret slide I was talking about before. Alright, so we'll ride the wind up. And essentially you can actually just kick back into there. So you don't even need to do the slide at all. If you do want to do the slide, you can enter it just like what I showed in the 100 coin star part just before. And you can ride the slide down, you'll get out to the star. Alright, next up we got Breathtaking View, and this is essentially just another star where we climb the mountain and there's a star at the top of it. So again, you can see that air current saving so much time climbing this mountain. Alright, now the star is in the waterfall there. We'll have to get a bit higher before we can reach it. And we just do a jump off here. Be really careful, do a little kick to help you along, and you'll get the star there. Alright, last one is blasting to the mushroom. So there's a couple of approaches you can use to do this. Most popular one would be to use the cannon. So you warp off this mushroom, you go down to the cannon and you'll shoot to the mushroom. To open the cannon, I did it in a previous star. The bob-omb dude is kind of near where the monkey is and the rolling log and the flying shy guy. So that's where you open the cannon from. You shoot over to the mushroom here. If you're really clever, you can ride the crazy box all the way up to the mushroom, or you can do some clever jumps from higher up on the mountain. But that's still till mountain finish now. Alright, so this level's Tiny Huge Island, and the gimmick is there's a tiny and a huge version of the island. I'm in the tiny version, so Mario's really big. You go into the pipe, and now Mario's going to be really small. The goal of this star is to hit all the piranha plants, so we're just going to do that and we'll get the star. You can also choose which island you go into based on which painting you go into. So I took a left to get into this painting and I jumped in the really small painting, which means Mario is really big. But if you take a right, you'll jump into the really big painting, which means Mario is going to be really small. So you'll see as I go into each star which painting is going to be best to jump into. Usually it's best to jump into the small painting and get to where you need to go, then jump into one of the pipes to change which island you're on, the tiny or the huge. And back into the small painting for our next star here. Next one we've got is tip top of the huge island. Because Mario's big, it's going to be really easy to climb this island. And then we're just going to turn into the small Mario big island nearer to the top here. To make it a little bit easier for us. If you try and climb the whole thing as small Mario, it's just going to be really difficult. Alrighty. So we'll go around here and then the star is just in this box. That star will only be there when you're small Mario big island. And into the small painting again. Alright, now we've got rematch with Koopa the Quick. You basically want to climb up again, jump on this box to help you get up, and then jump in the pipe. That'll make us small Mario where we'll see Koopa the Quick. Funnily enough, if you're big Mario, then Koopa the Quick is kind of just like a normal Koopa that you can kill. But there we go. Alright, so you just race him. You want to use like long jumps and stuff to go fast. The wind will blow you off this wood platform, so you got to be really careful. And then if you beat him, you'll get the star. And there we go. And into the small painting again. This one's 5 itty bitty secrets. So you got to be Big Mario here, and then you'll find like 5 little secrets on the island. There's one there. There's another one kind of on the top of the island here. Here's another one. There'll be one just in the cannon there, number 4. Now I'm actually going to open the cannon with the bob-omb here. And there's number 5, just on that door there. Now the star spawns on the island kind of off in the distance, so we're going to long jump over across to that. Or my mistake, we're actually going to take these platforms. You can long jump from the top of the island if you choose to. It's just a little bit tricky. Alright, now we're going to go into the big painting here. Alright, so I've got into the big painting because if you ground pound these, you'll get 5 coins each. It makes getting the 100 coin star really easy. We're going to be combining this with the red coin star here as we normally would in levels. So that's 15 coins already. We can run loops around this one to get more. And then we're going to go through here. So yeah, the Koopa shell, you're going to hit the Koopa and then hit the Koopa with its own shell. That'll give you 5 coins. And then we've got another 2 up here. And we're going to ride the shell up here. That gets us up to some more Goombas. And these Goombas will give us 5 coins each, but only if you ground pound them. So it's really important that you don't jump on them normally. You want to hit them with ground pound. Alright, another Goomba there. And the Shy Guy. Okay, now I opened the cannon before. If you want to open the cannon, the pink bob-omb is in the big island, and you're kind of in the same spot as where this cannon is. Sorry, not big island, big Mario. Alright, so we cannon up here to actually make it across the gap. And then we're going to continue on our 100 coins. As you can see, navigating the big island is actually really tricky. Only reason we're doing the big island at the moment is because there's far more coins on the big island than the small island. Alrighty, now we can actually make it into the sub area. So I'm just going to climb up a bit higher and then we'll make our way down into the sub area here. A few more coins on the way. And there we go. So this has the 8 red coins in it. It also has a blue coin switch. So I probably came in here with a few too many coins. You could get away with it a bit less. But we're just going to go for it. There we go, 100 coin star. And the 8 red coins will be complete. And there we go, 8 red coin star. And into the small painting again. Alright, so this one's a bit weird because you need both the big island and the small island to get this. So we want to start off with the small island Big Mario. We want to get to the top of the mountain and then ground pound the top of it to open it up. Then we need to turn back into Small Mario Big Island and actually go through that hole we just made. So it's a pretty clever use of the island there, that you need both. So we're going to go up here and then we'll come into the Wiggler fight. So here's Wiggler here, very upset that we have broken his roof. And then all you need to do is jump on him about 3 times and we'll get the star. And that's Tiny Huge Island all done. And we can head up here through this door. Alright, so this is the last area with the last few levels in it. Very importantly, there's another toad in here that can give us a star. And that'll be the last, so 3 toads that'll give us that star there. So we're going to head into this secret area here, which is a wing cap based stage. So this is technically another castle secret star. This stage is just one where you fly between a bunch of clouds, and all you need to do is get 8 red coins. So I'll speed this up a little bit, but essentially you just fly to all 8. You talk to Bob-omb to open the cannon, and yeah, there we go. If you fall down from here, you'll fall back outside the castle, so it can be pretty brutal having to retry this stage and walk all the way back up. There we go. Got another cannon in here. Just whenever you get the opportunity, refresh your wing cap. Make sure it doesn't run out. Remember to triple jump if you want to fly. And if you don't have enough space to triple jump, you can do your first 2 jumps kind of without moving. And it's only on that 3rd jump that you really need to move again. And use your cannons to gain extra height. They're going to be absolutely vital in doing that. There are some coins that are really high up in this level. Alright, and that's Wing Mario finished. Alright, we're going into Tick-Tock Clock now. Just be aware that wherever you enter the level here, the hands will determine what happens with the clock. So if you hit it with the hands facing up, the minute hand that is, then you'll get a stopped clock. And then there's a random setting, a slow setting, and a fast setting. So yeah, we're going to go in with the hand facing up here. Okay, so I'm going to do the stars in a bit of a different order here. This first song we're going to get is star 3, get a hand. It's really important that the clock is moving here. So what looks like what happened is, it looked like the hand was about to hit 12, but it wasn't quite on 12 yet, so that's why. So the clock is actually moving here, which we want for this star anyway. Given the clock is moving, this hand's going to be moving. You want to hitch a ride on it and ride it all the way around to this star here. Usually you'd want the clock stopped for most stars, but then that prevents you from getting some stars if it is stopped. So it's kind of harder to get around if it's moving, but then some stars it has to be moving for. Alright, next star we're getting is roll into the cage. You can see I got the clock moving again. When in doubt, it's good to have the clock moving, probably just on the slow speed or something. But that being said, if you know what you're doing, you can stop the clock for the stars where you're allowed to have it stopped. So here we go, here's the cage. We're rolling into it, I suppose. And that's how you get that star. You can do that star with the clock stopped. Next up, we got the pit and the pendulums. So here we go, we're going to climb the clock again. And we're going to go forward. but go past the cage this time. Okay, so we're going to go straight through this section here, and then the star's just sitting right there. Again, this is another one that you can get if the clock's stopped. So I'd almost leave these ones till last, and then get them if you go in with the clock stopped there. Alright, next one we're getting is the red coins, again a little bit out of order. You pretty much have to have the clock stopped to get these, because these platforms will be moving usually, and then they'll fling you off when you're trying to get the red coins. So again, to stop the clock, just make sure the minute hand's at the top when you enter the clock, and then that should do it for you. Okay, so there's all 8 red coins, the star will spawn right there, and there we go, we'll just grab it. Now, I wouldn't combine that with the 100 coin star, because you want the clock moving for that one. Alright, back into the clock. Alright, next one we're getting is the 100 coin stars along with Stomp on Thwomp. The reason I'm combining these two is because Stomp on Thwomp is right at the top of the clock, and you're basically going to have to climb the clock to get all 100 coins anyway, so you might as well get that star while you're there. Really essential that this is on the moving speed. You can set it to move slowly if you want, it makes it a little bit nicer. I'm just going to try and get a few red coins here, just because we're trying to get that 100 coin star. But obviously it's going to be a lot harder to get those red coins given the clock's moving. We will need the clock moving to actually get the Stomp on Thwomp star, and I'm pretty sure you can't get 100 coins with the clock stopped. So yeah, I've had many a time where I've played this level with the clock stopped intending to get 100 coins. You get about 95 and then realize you can't get any more, which is really heartbreaking when it happens. Anyway, we'll keep climbing this clock. I'll speed it up a bit. Pretty much just getting all the coins we want on our way. There's a blue coin switch coming up shortly here. That makes it really good for doing the 100 coin star. It's just sitting right there. It makes a triangle of blue coins. Make sure you don't miss it. And we're going to keep climbing up from here. So this is about the point where if the clock isn't moving, you're going to have a lot of trouble climbing it. You can still make it up here with the clock stopped, but it's really quite difficult. Alright, so there we go. There's 100 coins, which is really good. And then the whole reason we wanted the clock moving was because of this hand coming up here. So this hand will bring us around to Thwomp, so we can stomp on Thwomp. And you can't get there without this hand moving. And there we go. So back in for one more star. Alright, last one, time jumps on moving bars. You generally want the clock moving for this one. So if the clock was stopped, then these bars wouldn't come out, and you'd have a really hard time getting this star. And there we go. So that's tick-tock clock done, and just one more level to go. Alright, so this level's Rainbow Ride. You're supposed to start it off by riding the carpet, but you can do a long jump here. It saves you a lot of time every time you want to start this level, because riding the carpet takes ages. Okay, so this first one's Cruiser Crossing the Rainbow. You want to go forward on here, and then jump on this carpet. And we're basically going to ride this carpet until we get to the ship. This is probably my least favorite level in the game, just because it's really long and there's a lot of waiting on the carpets. It's pretty easy to fall off and die. But that being said, we're near the end, and the excitement of getting all 120 stars is always very nice. So with these carpets, just be aware, if you're off them for too long, they'll start blinking and eventually disappear. So you need to make sure that you're refreshing by jumping on them at all times. These little things can knock you off, but they're not too bad. As long as you can't jump over them, manage your velocities as you're going across, should be right. And where we're aiming for is this ship just to our right here. Okay, we're going to take the stars a little bit out of order here and do Swinging in the Breeze next. So just long jump down here, it saves you riding the carpet. And we'll ride these little platforms all the way up to the top. There's not a whole lot to this star, just be sure that you're using these seesaws correctly. Remember that all three of these platforms, they just drop down, so take them one at a time, don't run across the whole bunch. And then just be careful of your slopes in this part. I'm going to do tricky triangles next, which is pretty similar to the very last star that we did. You basically take the same path as Swinging in the Breeze, but you just slightly divert at the end. Tricky triangles can be pretty tricky. You're on a tight time limit, but as long as you don't bonk anything, you're usually okay. So here's the triangles in question. We're going to hit the switch and then hopefully make it across. There we go. And there's our star. Little side note, I find it really funny that Mario bonks here whenever he jumps out. Alright, next up we're actually going to do Star 2, Big House in the Sky. We're going to mix this with 100 coin star, so grab all the coins you can down in this area first, and then we'll work our way back up to Big House in the Sky. Big House in the Sky is essentially the same as that first star, Cruiser Crossing the Rainbow, but you just go the other way on the carpets. But it's a good one to get the 100 coin star with, just because there's a lot of coins on the path up to the Big House in the Sky, and it's worth using those coins to go towards your 100. The other one you might want to do 100 coin star with is the red coins, but usually that's not too much out of your way to get those red coins again. Okay, so now we cleared out this area, we're going to head to the area where the red coins are. It's kind of like a little maze thing. And this probably has one of the hardest blue coin switches to get in the game. So you'll hit a blue coin switch over there, and you'll also have to do a bunch of wall kicks to get there in time. But we'll see how we go with that. So I'm going to grab red coins in the maze here. Alright, so although I've got all 8 red coins, I'm not really going to use that to get the star. So we're going to hit this and wall kick up. As it's really important that you don't miss any wall kicks here, because otherwise you'll basically not be able to get the 100 coin star. So if you're nervous about that, I'd encourage you maybe do the those blue coins at the very start of the 100 coin star so that if you mess them up, you can just try again straight away. But if you're feeling confident, you can do it where I did it. Okay, now we're actually going to go up to the big house in the sky. So it's a really long carpet ride to get there, but there are a bunch of coins in the way. Okay, so last time I took a left here, we're just going to take a right instead. Get on this carpet. Use our backflip strategically to get up here. And then we'll make it through. So I've left that 100th coin so that we're grabbing one off the carpet. Just because if you grab one not on the carpet might move away from you as you're trying to get the 100 coin star. It can be a bit tricky. But there's coins here that we can use, so we'll spawn the star in, grab the star, but Mario will keep riding the carpet while we're doing the star animation there. Okay, now that we're up near the top of the thing, we're just going to go up through the top and grab the star. Got to be really careful here that you don't like fall down the hole. And there's the star for us. Okay, we're actually going to get the red coin star this time. So it's going to look pretty much the same as what we're doing with the 100 coin star. It's just we're actually going to grab the star. Nothing too major here. Okay, last star we're going to get in this is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. This star relies on us having the cannon open, so if you haven't opened that yet, it's in the maze with the red coins. There's a bob-omb sort of sitting in there up the top. It's kind of near where the blue coin switch were. So we're basically going to play this star out just like how we did to get onto the ship in the sky. The only difference is we're going to take the cannon on the ship over to where this star is. Alrighty, so the cannon's right on the back. Then we're going to shoot it through the rainbow ring. Try and hit the pole here, that way you'll be sure that you grab it. And there's our star. And now that's Rainbow Ride done. So we're going to head into the Bowser area now. So if you wanted to 100% the game, make sure you have 119 stars at this point. You'll get the 120th star in this Bowser level. And you need 70 stars to get up this stairs. So this room will be open once you have 50 stars, but the stairs will be endless. So if you did want to make it up the endless stairs, there is a glitch you can use called a backwards long jump. In fact, with a whole combination of glitches, you can beat this game with 0 stars. But this walkthrough is focusing mainly on glitchless techniques and 100%ing the game. So we're going to push this box to the side, get our red coin, and we're going to be collecting 8 of those in this level. I'll speed it up a little bit. Okay, backflip up there saves a whole bunch of time and you don't miss out on any red coins. It's a really good idea to do. And a lot of people like to put their camera on the side for this section. It makes it a little bit easier to tell what you're doing. And here we can jump up to the pole if we're quick enough, or we can just do it normally by climbing up the pole here. Now the 8th red coin is really well hidden in this map. It's kind of like behind the Bowser pipe. One thing I will note is this area with the wind, there's an extra life behind the front left pole. So if you keep dying on Bowser, you can keep getting that extra life and have more shots at it. But there's our last red coin, and then that'll be all 120 stars. So if you have 120 stars, Bowser will say something different in the fight, so that's a nice little Easter egg. You'll also open the cannon outside the castle, which lets you onto the roof, and then you can see Yoshi with that. So now to beat the game, all we have to do is fight Bowser, throw him 3 times, but this fight's going to be a bit trickier than the last couple. So the first tail spin's pretty straightforward. Grab his tail, you spin him, you hit a bomb. And the second tail spin is much the same. Grab his tail, spin him, hit the bomb. But the third tail spin is really tricky. So what he'll do is he'll collapse the stage into a star shape, and that means you can't get very close to the bombs. So you really got to get good at timing your spins and throws, and you don't have much of a window to do that at all. But once you've hit him 3 times, he'll give you the power star, and then we've beaten the game. Okay, so that's the end of the game. We got 120 stars. If you feel like checking out the sort of the extra stuff you get from 100%ing it, when you come back, just go to the outside of the castle. You'll see the cannons open. Go see Yoshi. Yoshi gives you 99 lives and a fancy new triple jump. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll leave it here and let the credits play out. I'm hoping you found this walkthrough useful. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to check out all the other stuff on the channel. I cover a wide range of games. And if you liked what you saw here, a subscription to the channel is always appreciated and helps out a lot. Thank you for watching.
Stars is restored to the castle. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you. Here we go! Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake.